WSOU 89.5 FM. I'm Valentino, and I'm joined today with Twiztid. How are you guys doing?
What's up, man? We're doing really good. How you doing?
Doing great. Thanks for asking. So you guys have a brand new record, Unlikely Prescription, out September 10th. How are you feeling? What's going through your head?
Oh, man, so many things. Right now, everybody's getting to hear Empty with Spencer from Ice Nine, and me and Madrox took all our blood, our sweat, and our tears, and we poured it into this record, followed by some really sick cabbage ripping.
Oh, man.
Maybe some some of that.
Yeah.
And we brought it, man. I think we got something that people are going to be blown away by, as well as extremely proud if you follow this journey as from where we've started to where we are now. I think you're just going to be,
Speaking,
you know what I mean? Like, oh, man, you guys.
Speaking of proud, we are extremely proud that you guys play the song on the station, man. We are extremely thankful and proud for that, because it has been a journey, and each one of these songs are like children to us. And the more people that experience and just, you know,
give our children hugs,
grow from what we do. Yeah, man, it's like this is a part of us, and each and every time it seems like we learn more about the game, we learn more about the industry and more about what we do. So you could just see the energy just vibrating off of this song and how rad it is.
Right.
Man, it's exciting.
It's weird to say. It's almost like rock and roll has been waiting for us. Like, come on.
For real.
You're getting closer. Come on. It just happened, bro. I mean,
and shout out to Rich Ford from Fozzy. He's the one playing the crazy licks on the song, man.
Serious lettuce, bro.
Seriously, just everything came together like a needle and thread, and it was just on and going and sewing. And we came together with it. What up?
Right. Like, I can't believe.
I don't know what you call it. What do you call that? Like a ring robe? You come down, bun, 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 bun.
Ladies and gentlemen.
It's like, it feels so right. Like,
it feels regal.
You feel electric. It's like you can wear it like armor and take on your day, man. It's great stuff.
Oh, wow.
And again, you guys have just like an amazing catalog of music, but what's so cool is you're right in the sense that the music you're dropping now in 2021 feels like lyrically the best, energy wise. It's very palpable, you know, even with Envy, as we've said, like the energy is just potent. You can really feel it.
Love that. Love hearing that, man. Seriously. Yeah. Cause then it means that we're doing our job.
The passion never goes away, man. That's what it is. It's passion. It's integrity. You know what I mean? It's extreme self-consciousness.
Yep.
It's self-judgment. You know what I mean? Like we're right there on the cusp of all those spectrums, man. So we make sure that when we give it to you guys, it's something that we would give to ourselves. And nobody is harder on Twiztid than him and I.
It's true.
Him and I.
And those songs are like soapboxes, man. We get to get on them and tell the world how we feel. And when y'all understand and feel the same way, it's like, woo-hoo-hoo.
Right.
We have come to the point.
Yep.
Is it? I don't want to stop. No, it wasn't. It was a triangle.
All right.
My pointer.
What I think is so cool is, you know, you guys talk about how, you know, we work so hard on these songs, then when we're done, we give it to you guys. At what point is it like almost stop becoming a Twiztid song and then becomes a part of the fan experience, you know?
That's a great question.
Once our children leave our nest into the world of retail and digital streaming, they are for the world to treat as they would, for the world to interpret as they would.
They leave the realm of, they will always be ours, but they become everyone's.
Yes, absolutely.
Once they're shared. And I think every time a listener says, hey man, you got to check out this band or this song, I think they're helping the domino effect of us to be able to reach more people.
Because bless it, Valentino, it takes a village.
It does. It really
takes a village.
Yeah. It does. Because we used to, back in the days, scream it from stage and come out after the shows and sign autographs or go to the merch booth and just try to have that interaction and let people know, you know, this is who we are. And it's like, these are more steps in that staircase on the way, man. And it's like, it's all just another platform that we get to tell everybody, hey man, this is who we are. Welcome home.
You're so right that like by just having more fans share and then like having the fans themselves expand, you get to really see it and give it to them.
It's success for all of us. It's like it's growth for all of us, even as our core. They enjoy and celebrate the success with us. Like each and every like opportunity.
We are their creation. They built this. They created this. This is their stock, their bond, their future.
Yes.
So we know that. So every time we do something, we got to make sure that the people who made us can salute you, man. And be proud of what you're doing.
Hell yeah, not serious.
That's it right there. You see Twiztid, that you, because it's for you, man. You guys built us. You created us. You've given us a voice for something maybe that you've been trying to save and nobody will listen to. And that's where we come in.
That's our job.
And I think, like I've said this before multiple times, that when the rock scene is strong, everybody like benefits, like radio, labels, bands, fans, like it, when the scene is strong, there's nothing negative that can come from that.
I agree. No, I agree. And it's been a very welcoming and positive reaction from listeners and peers, industry, other bands have been like just really welcoming and it's been a blessing. Seriously. Like, I don't want to say in disguise. There was no disguise about it. It was a blessing up front.
Right.
It was just like, hey man, how you doing? It was like, oh man, this is awesome. I thought we were going to sit at the lunch table by ourselves, with the old milk.
We feel like we're being presented amongst the hands of greats. You know what I mean? And I'm like, here's Twiztid. Here you guys go.
Real. We felt like we were in good hands and we still do. And I think it's just like extending that throughout everything we do.
And again, you mentioned that, like, you felt originally like you were at like the lunch table and now, people are pushing you up. What I love about you guys is that when you first started out as a band, you were obviously like playing with a lot of genre conventions where you were, a little bit of rock, a little bit of rap, a little bit of like, synth, a little bit of everything. Whereas now in the rock scene, it's more accepted. Like, it's encouraged to kind of combine sounds. But when you first started out, the rock scene was rigid. It was very, you are heavy metal, you are rock, and that is what you are. And the lines were very strict. And
that's awesome that you know that. That's awesome that you know that. Thank you for knowing that. Thank you for understanding our plight of how we got here. We've been mixing peanut butter with chocolate for years when people told us we were crazy, and now y'all do it. And we're just still doing
5 of the top.
We've just gotten better at it.
Have a rap.
We've just gotten better at it. That's all. That's all there is to it. No, but seriously though, you're right. And I thank you for acknowledging that, man. Seriously, because that was our biggest deal when it was like we were either too rock for rap or too rap for rock, rather. You know what I mean? So it's like those were every single time we would cross that bridge, it would have to be make a decision. It's either this or that. And we were like, no, we like both. We're Twiztid.
Right.
It's like hence the name, man. You know what you got up front. There was no, like
but to see the timeline venture off slightly is not a surprise to anyone. If you've really been following us, if you've never heard of us before and you heard that, you're probably like, wow, holy smokes, that's what Twiztid sounds like. But there's been a journey to get there.
For real though.
And I think I think we did it, man.
Everything happens for a reason. It was on the job training. We was just seasoned for this role.
We did it.
It's all right, man. That's what we do.
It's just, and you're right, it's so funny. I think a lot of like modern rock fans in the younger generation don't realize that for a long time, rap and rock was just not acceptable for some reason. People didn't like it. Like it was very, it was hard for the rock bands that had like predominantly rap in it to like,
Shout out Linkin Park. It was bands like Linkin Park that broke that wall down and let POD, let bands like us to be able to do what we do today and have it be accepted.
Run DMC and Aerosmith gave it a shot.
They did.
People were like, get out of here.
They did.
And it just wasn't the right time.
You're right.
And I think the right time finally came, and we had some great representation of rap rock. And we've always been right there, man. We've always been right there. We've always got some heavy riffs. Our concerts are rap shows with a rock atmosphere. You know what I mean? There's mosh pits all over. It's not your traditional rap. You know what I mean? I guess you could say.
I'll agree with that.
I think what makes rock is, again, that community. Like the rock scene in my head is you're right, the mosh pits, the crowd surfing, that like sense of community at those live shows. That's what I think of when I think of rock, not even music. I think of that.
Right. It goes beyond that. There's a trust there. You know what I mean?
That's why we call it family. It's like your extended family. It's people look forward to going to those meetings and those group ups and those gatherings and those shows to try to get together to try to hit that extended family and be like, what y'all listening to now? Let's trade up playlists and everything. It's like, that is the new day. And again, man, just to be a part of that, knowing our legacy and to know we're still in it, playing the best we've ever played. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You smile and I'll smile with you. Yeah.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And I do have to ask again with, you know, rock and rap and obviously just the music scene, live performances are so crucial. I got to ask about the past year we've had. Obviously it's been a wild one. Tell me about what's been going through your heads in 2020, 2021. Now we're finally at the end, light at the end of the tunnel, but it's still, tell me about the past year, I guess.
We knew that the family was about to be in lockdown. So we're like, let's give them the goods.
For real,
let's keep them entertained. Let's keep them as safe as we can. Let's do what we can on our part to keep them as safe as possible. Let's cut out the live shows. Let's cut out the meet and greets, but let's keep them entertained. So we were doing live streaming events. We released 41 albums during that time. Like our main goal was to keep them entertained through all this, the best that we can, to take them and put them in another world, the best that we can.
Us being independent allowed us to have the freedom to be able to continue to function. Well, like major corporations and labels shut down and all staff and artists and whatever all shut down. With us being independent, we were like, we don't shut down for nothing. We know the core's there. Mental health is at the focus.
Right.
We need to keep people in play, keep minds engaged, keep everyday life as normalcy as we possibly can, no matter what's happening outside of that door and that window. In here, we are the same.
Right.
So that was our main goal, man. And I think we did well. We could have done better. Santa Claus says that every year when he gets home. He's like, you know what? I could have done a little better, but I'm hard on myself.
But that's us.
But
that's just
us.
how we are.
But I feel that we did really, really, really good, man.
Absolutely.
I think that is what really stood out to a lot of people was our ability to not stop. While others were just like, you know, just shock and awe, just kind of stopped it with their mouth open. And we're like, hold on, close your mouth. We got to keep moving. You know,
like throwing hot dogs.
Right. Shooting t-shirts out of guns.
Right.
You know what I mean? The party must go on no matter what.
Entertaining circus, if you
Absolutely,
will. Like just a barrage.
For real, man.
We care. We honestly care about the people that have made us who we are.
Absolutely.
So you can always find us on the social medias. You can always ask us. And it's me and him. It's not like the janitor of MNE, like, okay, I'm on social media tonight. Like it is legitimately me and him. And the relationships that we have with so many people from this is beyond words. We've watched kids grow up and have kids and watching their kids grow up. Like the evolution, again, of where it started to where it is a feat in its own. And that could be a whole nother interview, but
no, you're right. It's like the deadheads. You know what I mean? You see generations that have grown up with us and now have children and bring them into it. But I also think that during the pandemic, us putting out the kind of consistent material and entertainment that we did, I think that brought a lot of new people into the family. I think that brought a lot of new listeners.
It was either listen to Twiztid or listen to nothing, because ain't nobody doing anything.
Like, you listen to your favorites again and again until the labels fall off, I suppose.
Right. You want something new, you came here.
I think that helped us a lot, though. You know what I mean? Even from a business perspective, I think it helped us to be able to showcase what we do in a time when everybody sat down, we stood up, and everybody's like, well, hold on, just looking. There's those guys. Well, what are they doing?
Right.
And I think it actually showed a lot of people, hey, this is what we are. This is what we do. And people were like, okay.
Right. By the time everybody's like, all right, I get up. We were already like,
right. We're like already on the third, fourth.
Done that.
Right.
And I think that's like one of the cool things about that is it really shows like the genuine nature of Twiztid. And this is not to slander or shame any bands by any means.
No, not at all.
But when you're a band and you're like, okay, let's push an album back. Okay, we're not going to drop any singles until we can tour on them. We're not going to do anything. Let's just wait. It almost from a fan's perspective, it's like, okay, well, I kind of need you now. Like I can't afford the money right now. Whereas when your perspective, like, hey, I know we're all struggling right now. You know, this is a time we do this for the love of music, and we're going to give you some music when you need it most.
That's what NetFest was based on from our perspective, was try to entertain people where they were financially gripped in the whole nine. And in the same thing, I think that I think it's just not to shame any band, because us being fans of other bands who shall remain nameless. That said, we look to our favorite bands for inspiration. We look to our favorite bands, and they have gotten us through some serious stuff in our life. So to be able to be that for someone else, man, that's the thank you and the rolling. You know what I mean? It's like, that's what we do. This is what we do. This is what we've always done. This is what we'll always do. And it just shows that we're not stopping for nothing, for a COVID, for a whatever it is. It will not stop the demented duo. It will not stop the demented duo, the treacherous trio. We've come here to rock.
There's no major label behind that curtain.
It's not. It's me and him and our guys. Yeah. And we're all just a bunch of regular people who really enjoy what we do. And I think it shows.
Yes, but we appreciate the compliments.
We do, man, for real though.
Absolutely. Well, again, switching gears a bit and going back into Envy with Ice Nine Kills. Personally, I love this song. Also, Ice Nine Kills is like my favorite band because I got to watch them as a local band in Boston. I'm from Rhode Island. I saw them as a local band in Boston and just grow into the monster of rock that they are. Absolutely. And so I got to ask you guys what it was like working with Spencer, you know, how that process was. Tell me a little bit about that.
We originally were supposed to do something with Spencer a while back. And it was like, it just seemed like the schedules didn't clink up. He liked the song. We had a turn-in date. It didn't happen. Then it was like, hey, can you be on this song? He's got something going on. It didn't happen. And then we started working on this song with Johnny Andrews. And it was like, man, we never got to do something with Spencer. He's like, oh, Spencer, I'm talking to him. I'm having lunch with him tomorrow. I'm like, Spence? Like, can you make that? And he was like, oh, let me talk to him, see if he's into it. Next thing you know, he sends us this track and it's like, he's on it. We're like, whoa. Yeah. And it's like, man, things just started clinking up. And, you know, Rich is on there doing the guitar. And it's like, man, we're tracking stuff up. And it's like, literally, when I say everything clinked up like a Voltron, that is like not, that's not like a church, you know, like I'm not trying to sauce it up there and make it more than it is. I'm like, I'm telling it straightforward. It's like literally things clinked up to make this Voltron or this big idea come to life, and before you know it, it was standing in front of us, and we're like, man,
completely out of character for us.
Wow.
Usually
really,
we're
man.
The Voltron.
Really,
but
really.
To put our trust into other people was a big step for me and him.
I say let go and let God. That's what I say. And for once, I actually shut up and spoke what we did. We both have to. We're very controlling when it is our name, our brand on the line. And this was one of the times where we felt that comfortable and that level of trust in the team surrounding us that was making the song, that we literally were just like,
let them do what they do.
We're your balls of clay. Yeah. Do what you do. Yeah. Don't. All right, I'm a little rough around the edges. Just make it work. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it was like literally that was it. And it was like, next thing you know, like it's like there's this beautiful song and people are like, oh my God, man, this is amazing. And it was like you could just tell. You could tell it was meant to happen for a reason. It was going to be what like literally propels us to the next level of who we're gonna become.
Now we talk about, you know, obviously you guys independent, very hands-on. Is it tough to like sometimes like take your baby, like a song that you've worked hours and hours on, and like give it to someone new for maybe a feature or something? I know you guys have a lot of features on the new record.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes,
that could be your favorite song. The feature could mess it all up.
For real, man.
Mess it all up, and then you're stuck. Because you don't want to hurt their feelings. You just ride it out, man. We're just ride it out. But yeah, that's why when we do them, we do features, we like make sure
for real.
We're not the reason that the guy's like.
That's why it's the greatest. It's greatest to have that communication level, because like those that we've worked with and have started working with from this point going to the right, we try to keep that level of communication. So if it's like, if him or I are doing something that may not be right, or they're doing something that may not be right, or sound weird or strange, we got that level of coolness where we can be like, hey man, can you track that a different way? Or do you like the way I do that? Because I thought it was wonky. Right. And they're like, no, it's great. You're like, okay, thank you for doubling down, man. You just made me feel so confident. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like that level of communication. Communication's key, man. It makes everything. And I think that it just goes to show me that our decisions that we made were the right ones. And now we have these new relationships that will hopefully, you know, blossom for years to come, man.
Absolutely.
Good,
absolutely.
bro.
Yes.
For real, man.
I love to hear it. And again, something we have to talk about, Neon Vamp out.
Yeah.
On the 15th, a few days from now. I want to say 6 days from now, July 15th. Yeah. How you feeling? What's going through your head? Like, what does it sound like?
It sounds like
nothing you've ever heard.
It sounds like if you had Nosferatu and you dipped him in neon glow and he was radiating in the most darkest of room and pulsating to a techno-esque yet rock
somewhere in Europe.
Somewhere far over the seas and the ponds from yesteryear. it was our chance to work with Danny Filth, and a great guy. Have a total respect for him and his legacy and what he does. For real. And I think it was that kind of a mutual respect. It's like, you're over here in this music genre, we're over here in this music genre, and we both kind of command these type of fan bases and stuff like that. And how crazy would it be if we mixed? What if we brought it together? Let's show this unity. Let's show this craziness. And Danny was all about it. And I just think that it's a really fun song. And if you love vampires, whether it be Bela Lugosi or Peter Vincent, the great vampire slayer, whoever, right?
My favorite.
For real though.
There's a vampire for everybody.
There really is, and I love that. And I love the idea that more people are just accepting who Paul and I are, and taking us for who we are, and not the perception they see, like, you know, like letting us giving us a chance to play, so to speak.
Yeah.
And if you give us the ball, we will do things, and you will want us to play basketball. I promise.
It's 7:15.
Really, truthfully, I can't play basketball at all, but we'll write you a song.
Don't forget it.
Right. He can play.
No, I can ball.
He can ball.
You don't want this.
I'm giving him the ball. You don't want to play.
You don't want this.
Yeah. Fair enough. We don't want this.
7:15.
Yes.
The song comes out. It's the day after my birthday.
It is.
Send all gifts to Attention Monoxide. No. All right.
I love it.
George said, "Don't do that."
No, don't give away
Hey, if
address.
you want to send something, you send.
You do what you live your life. You live your life.
If you want to send something, you can do some research and send something. Find the address. Do what you got to do.
Do what you have to do. But the day after his birthday, meaning his birthday is the 14th, 15th is Neon Vamp. Write it down backwards on your forehead so you see it every morning when you brush your teeth. Do not forget
to brush your teeth.
And to remember the 15th. Neon Vamp. Yes. Both
happy
of those things
early birthday and happy early release day. I'm a few days ahead, but even like, you know, collaborating with Danny, I think this even goes back to, like, you know, that genre bending that we talked about earlier, where you know, a rap rock band collaborating with like a death metal artist is so cool, because I don't think I can think of that off the top of my head of anybody that's done that. You know, it's very original.
Idea. Andy Madrox saw that. That was the first dude that he wanted for that record. He was like, I'm not even sure dude's gonna be into it, but trust me, let's do it. It will be big. It will make a lot of noise. People will be like, whoa. And I was, they will.
I was like, you miss 99% of the shots you don't take.
Right.
Let's take that shot.
He was like, we got to take this shot.
I believe that everything happens for a reason. And I mean, what a team player and what an absolute great dude.
Yeah.
And if you don't follow him on Instagram, follow him on social media. It's constantly got entertainment going on. Just again, man, can't say enough great things about him. And check the song out, 15th. Don't forget.
Presents, Attention Monoxide.
Brush your teeth. Brush your fangs for the 15th.
Good stuff. I absolutely love it. And another thing is, live shows are coming back. You know, they're being announced. They're being, you know, rolled out. How pumped are you to play all these songs live from Unlikely Prescription? Because I feel like, again, I've said this in the beginning of the interview, I'll say it again. These are some of the most energetic, fun songs in your entire discography. And you have 15 albums, which is crazy. So I'm already pumped to see what these sound like live. What's your perspective of when you're rehearsing these? Okay, you know, where you're getting ready to play these live?
Most of this record, if not all of it, was designed just for that, knowing that we're going to do this live.
For sure.
So it's not something that in rehearsals we're like, like we went into the studio like, look, this is how it has to be, so we can pull this off. You know what I mean? And dude, he just had the master plan. He's like, shut up and listen to me. Do what you're told, and we'll be all right.
You make me sound like such an a-hole.
No,
I'm not. I promise. I promise I'm a great guy.
I told him I would be. I'm here. I can do it. I can do it. Let's do it.
It's true. He can. And I think I think it comes from years of us doing what we've done. I mean, let's be honest. This is what we do, and we've grown up on stage. A lot of our lives we've done growing on stage. So there's things that we've learned from our performance. There's things that we look for out of other people's performances, and there's things that we still look for out of our own performance.
Absolutely.
So as we go forward, much like the music, I hope you see us grow on stage as well, like both in our mannerisms or
our ability to put that show on
for real, because it's always been a us jumping around, running around, rapping. So now this is singing and stuff. So it's gonna be it's gonna be different. It's gonna be fun. And it's gonna be all new. And that's what I look forward the most, is that it's a new, exciting journey that we get to go on, and we're still blessed to be able to do this, man. So,
that was one of the immediate things I noticed between rap
and rock. Yeah, you know, I got you. It's hard to say.
There's a lot more freedom in the rock. It's just, you have the freedom to go so many more places, where rap is usually a little more controlled.
Right.
You can start here and you're gonna end here. However you get there, you know, that's how it is. But with rock, bro, you can go so many different places that it's a brand new journey for us. So it's really brand new for us. Like, yeah, here we go.
Talk about uncharted territory. I mean, we've done it a bit, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's always been done in the rapper-esque, you know, mentality and set. So to like actually have new spots that are set up for songs and stuff like that.
Learning. Oh my God, I can do that.
Things I look forward to, man. So I'm excited. Like, we are equally excited as you are.
Absolutely.
Both to see and to be a part of the live shows, and just to basically have a little bit of slice of normalcy back, man. I think we've all been longing for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, when you talk about that, like, you know, there's a little bit more freedom in that rock sphere. It's like, I think it goes back to that, like, it's all about the energy of the rock shows. You know, like, rap shows are energetic too, but rock shows, the nature of the music is just energetic. And so like, you know, that the crowd combats that, you know, that they, this big circle of energy.
For real though.
And now another thing I wanted to talk about is, we talked a little bit about live streams in the past, and obviously we're talking about live shows now. One of the things I love about rock concerts is there's like what I call this like circle of energy, where it's like, you know, the crowd gets really hyped. And so, you know, you guys get really hyped, and then the crowd feeds off your energy and they get even more hyped. And then you feed off their energy, and it's this big circle.
It's that
yes.
Real.
They are my medicine, right?
It's this
I am
big
only
thing.
as good as I can be, but
it's true.
When you just, everybody's on the same page, there's nothing like it.
That's why it's a true test of I mean, again, it's personal stuff, but it's like, it's a true test of your real entertainer,
your showmanship,
your showmanship, your entertainmentship. If you're doing a closed circuit taping, because there is no audience, no crowd to feed off that energy. So if they are your battery, you're like, oh man, I'm pretending they're getting live right now. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, it is kind of like that dancing. If you're dancing by yourself, and you know,
it's different.
Dance like no one's watching, as they say, because everybody is watching. So yeah.
And like, I've talked to artists that have done live streams, some that have done like Instagram lives, and they say like, just seeing like the little like flood of hearts in the corner, or like the little like the comments typing away, it's like nowhere near as gratifying as like the thunderous roar of like an actual applause.
It's not. It's still some sort of a reaction and communication, but at the same time, it will never.
We don't do it for applause, man.
No, but it would never. it would never take place of that actual real reaction.
No.
You know, you jumping down in the barricade and actually giving someone a fist bump, or someone screaming to you to hand you something. You know what I mean? It's like, it's all part of their experience, your experience, the night and your night in their town and their memories. You know what I mean? That is what's happening that night. They're there to partake in something that they'll never forget. Hopefully, if you do your job right.
Right.
I was gonna you do your job. I'll do my job. You do your job.
They got babysitters for this.
For real though. They planned a night to go out and do something.
Right.
So I'm assuming that, yeah, man, give them that memorable show, give them everything you got, and hopefully, you know, they leave wanting more and can't wait till you come back to town again. That's the true test that you did your job well. If you haven't left the parking lot, and they're like, when are you coming back again? You're like, thank you.
I'm still here, bro.
You know what I mean? Though it's like, it means you know you did.
I get it.
They got what you were putting down.
Forget about
it. It's like an instant, like, this was the best night of my life. I want this again now. You know, it's a compliment.
Yeah, it's some sort of it's gratification. It's some sort of a solidification that you did what you were there to do.
Right.
You know
and we've all had those nights. It might not be a concert, but to know that you were their night like that.
Yeah. It means a lot, man. That is one of the perks of what we do. Don't you go.
I give it to you.
Go doing it. Don't you go.
I gotta do it every time you do it. I gotta do it back. I can't just let it sit there.
I ain't even mad at you.
Give it to you.
It's like,
yeah. And so
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah, with the Zoom calls, you know, you never know.
No.
So again, I'm gonna ask. You guys have 15 tracks on this record, and that
Mhm.
is super cool because I feel like in the rock scene, it's always maybe 10 tracks, maybe 12 tracks if you're lucky.
Mhm.
But having like a really like a beefy album, 15 tracks of
For
songs,
real.
that's incredible. Kind of like, did you guys have like a surplus of ideas? Did you guys like rework a lot of demos? What kind of happened to have that runtime be that cool, that long?
We had so many of the songs have been coming out as singles throughout like a calendar type date thing, right? They've been dropping as singles. So we feel that at a point when the album is released, you will have heard probably half of it. So though in between, you'll hear a whole new half of the record, which I feel is a fair trade, because nowadays it's kind of hard. You can't do like you used to and keep everything withheld, and no one can see the trailer and no one can see what new Batman looks like. It's like it's 2021. It's gonna leak. Let people see things. They like finding things. It makes them a part of the whole relationship. So it's like being conscious to the surroundings, letting them have singles and enjoying songs, so that when you do go to perform, people will know some of the words. They've been jamming these songs like Corkscrew and stuff like that for a while, you know, Perfect Problem and what have you. It's like Rose Petal, you know what I mean? It's like these are songs that have been out that will also be on the record as well, and hopefully will strengthen that record for you right off get. You're like, I haven't even cracked the cellophane and it's already my favorite. I like every one of these songs I've heard. So I mean, that's my hope. So I'm just being hella presumptuous, but I'm just saying that is my hope. But yeah, you know what I mean? We got a lot of people on there too. We talked about Danny, we talked about Spencer. We got Matt B from Ashes to New is on there as well.
I think that's the only rap song on there,
yeah,
really.
Yeah, for real though. He spit some bars. I mean, it's great. It was just
you
like,
I'll give you bars like that.
Yeah. For real though. But I mean, again, just the love, and again, like I said, just everybody being accepting of what we're doing, or helping, I should say. You know, like usually
our vision.
We're from a place where people stand in the way of your progress, where these people were like, what can I do to help? Oh, grab these 2x4s. I got hammers here. Like, what are we building? Like,
is there an invoice back there somewhere? You know, like, wow, that's different.
It's cool to see people actually helping and being on the team. So yeah, man, this and I think
because that's how we are, man. We try to give the people the blueprint. Mm-hmm. If you ask us for something, we're going to help you the best that we can.
For real.
We would never just steer people wrong. And that's just us. So when we don't get that kind of reciprocation, it would become frustrating. You know what I mean? And now it seems like that reciprocation is there. It's unbelievable,
real though,
the amount of connectivity between our camp and Spencer's camp now, beyond envy. Mm-hmm. Now, you know what I mean? Like there's marketing meetings that have nothing to do about that song, it's just creating an entirely different set of hands around Twiztid, bro. And those hands are so respected and integral to rock and roll right now, that I can tell people right now, the people that you have presenting us to you are the best of the best, like the best of the best. We have got some great people behind us, and that is nerve-wracking enough, because if you let them down,
we'll let nobody down.
Right.
They got in this car on a reason.
Right.
They don't like where we're going. They better get out now.
To see how many people see Twiztid's vision for the next 10, 15 years, we're blown away, man.
The fact that people can see in a positive projective thought of us already is just like, wow, man. For us to have the legacy that we have and still be talking about future endeavors, it's already, man. We already come full circle to the blessing, man. That's real. Like that's real. That's love.
15 records, bro. And every day is another learning experience to fight the struggle, and another expansion of our roots and our trees and this entire world that has been created. It is no longer this thing that you can pinpoint, that you can lay a label on. This thing is everything now.
Oh yeah. And us grabbing on your love, grabbing in your ear and sing a song.
All of a sudden my face would have opened and been this little alien in there. We can't grow natural energy. It's like, oh no, man, what happened? That's what the energy went left.
That's so cool. No, I love it. Yeah. So again, thank you so much for talking with us today. Unlikely Prescription is out September 10th. Seriously, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. We've been playing the songs on air, going so well. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate your time, man. Thank you guys for spending the song too.